Hey, how's it going? This is Coach Alex. Today we're going to talk about how we stride and throw and some really important things that we should be doing and some important things that we should be trying to avoid. So, getting right into it. When we stride and throw, we're going to take that first drill from the first video, our concrete feet, and we're going to just add a step into it. So, sounds easy, right? The concrete feet drill again is feet are nice and far apart, good weight through our knees, good weight through our feet, ball in the glove. We turn the shoulders, separate, get the right elbow up high enough, and then spin back and throw and finish nicely across our body. So now, when we add our stride back in, this drill can be done from anywhere from like 15 to 50, 55 feet. It really depends on us as a thrower, and then the number of throws, we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, if you're my partner, I'm gonna start sideways here, the ball in the glove. Again, I'm throwing four seams today. So here when I take my step, I'm gonna lift up my left foot, and I'm gonna point that big toe right at you. As I do that, I'm going to keep most of my weight over my back leg. So here, stride and separation. My right elbow is high enough. My front foot is facing you or very close to facing you. And then my back knee has a lot of bend in it, which helps me keep that weight back. Then from this position, I would spin my hips, drive my hand, and finish. Now at the end of the finish, should see my back leg kind of popping up over. Not before we release the baseball, but a little bit after we release the baseball. So now, going into our stride from a different direction. Now I'm going to face as if my target was down at that end of the cage. So, one more time, feet nice and close together, just be athletic. Don't have to be super wide here. Ball in the glove, eyes on target. As I stride, I'm going to do it all at once. So stride, hands apart, weight stays back. You can see from this angle how much bend there is in my back knee. Now I'm not holding my weight back by leaning. I'm not holding my weight back by tilting my shoulders so much. I'm tilting my weight back by just having more bend in my back knee and controlling my weight like an athlete. So, one more time, back into the glove, feet nice and close together, good and athletic, stride and separate. So from here, good positioning. From this position, again, I would just turn my hips, get my core going, make sure my arm's up high enough, and drive that ball through my target. Nice and easy. So how far and how many throws we make with this drill is really going to depend on you and your arm conditioning. How much did you throw the day before? How much do you have to throw tomorrow? Do you feel good? Is this your first session throwing in the year, or are you nearing the end of your season? Every day is going to be a little bit different for all of us, so you just need to be smart and let your arm dictate how much you throw, along with any assistance from your coach, or just kind of thinking about, again, what yesterday or tomorrow looked like and how we need to be prepared for our next game. Okay? So, I was talking about how we can go far back to maybe 50, 55 feet with this drill. As we get further and further back, some things are going to change with our motion. We're probably going to stride further as we get further back. Again, keeping your weight back is extremely important. And what we're going to find now that we're using our hips and our core a little bit more with that momentum is that our chest is going to become finishing over our front side. So if I'm here, when I come set here and I stride and I get myself into a good position, when I'm really firing my hips, I'm almost pushing off my back leg as well. I can feel my back leg tightening up there, which means I'm getting a lot more energy out of it. So here I'm turning my hips, that's bringing my chest forward, my arm forward, there's my release, and you can see from my finish how my chest kind of over my front foot. The further back I go, the more I want to emphasize that big finish, because again, that's how we're going to help slow our arm down, and that's how we're going to stay safe. Making your arm go fast is not how you get hurt, but it's not effectively slowing your arm down. That's when we get hurt as baseball players. Some common mistakes that I see a lot as an instructor, as a coach, when we stride and throw, if we land with too much weight over our front side. So for example, if I were to step and land here, I invite you to do this with me at home. Go ahead and stand up and go ahead and take a step and have most of your weight over your front hip at your landing. And then once you're in this position, try to turn your hips. And as you turn your hips, what you're going to find is that your hips don't want to move. They don't want to turn. Your back foot's just going to kind of flop over. And what is going to end up happening is your shoulders are going to open up and they're going to fall. Now, I imagine most of us watching this have seen kids throw the ball where they get to here and they're throwing like this, where their head's in the ground, their chin is down, and their hand's way up here. You know, looking at my positioning, would you want to try and throw a ball like this accurately? I sure wouldn't. So, again, that's why we have to keep our weight back. Very important that as we stride, good weight back, using our back knee to bend to hold that weight there, be an athlete. A second very common mistake that I see when we're doing this drill with kids and even my high school and college guys is that when they stride and separate, they don't complete their separation. And so what I mean by that is, for me, When you work with me, a complete separation is as we stride and we get that elbow above our shoulder on with our throwing arm. Okay, it's very important that we get there, especially in youth baseball. So what I see a lot of times is guys will stride and separate and they'll get their elbow down to here, which is still sub-shoulder. And if we go to throw from down there, we end up really dragging the ball, and it's not a very effective way to throw. It's going to cause movement. We're not going to have the same velocity. And probably the most important thing is that for your kids with soft growth plates, it's not healthy. We want to try to avoid that. Maintain those elbows, maintain those shoulders. Don't let them get hurt, right? Keep them safe, keep them healthy. So again, second big mistake I see is when we step. If we step and don't complete our separation, which would be getting our elbow high enough, if we step and just get to here, then we kind of push the baseball. And again, not an effective way to throw and potentially hazardous to our health. So make sure we're not doing those two things. So that's going to do it for my striding and throwing video. Again, this is a pretty simple idea. We're going to take a step before we release the ball, but there are certain checkpoints along the way that we want to make sure that we're hitting in order to create the most effective throw that we can and hit our target and get those outs or throw those strikes, whatever it may be. So this has been Coach Alex. Thanks for stopping in. Any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below. A like is appreciated. A subscription is even more appreciated. And hope you're staying safe and healthy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, and bye.